Hi, this is Andrew Abrams with Implement Inventory, and I'm going to give a quick demo of locate inventory with Shopify and ShipStation. So from the point of order entry in Shopify all the way through picking and locate through fulfilling it in ShipStation. And I'm going to show how we utilize the split shipment functionality in ShipStation when we either have a back order or not enough to fulfill a complete order. So I've got my locate up here, and then I also have my iPhone here that we'll use for picking inside of locate once the order comes in. So here we go. So I'm going to go into my Shopify store, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a quick order. Normally, obviously, your customer would log in and do that on their own. I'm just going to do a draft order in here and put a couple parts on it. So I'm going to grab my Woo cap, add that to the order, and then my Woo hoodie. I'll grab the red one. Okay, and let's say somebody's buying two of these and just one of these. Okay, I'm just going to go check my inventory real quick, just on that hoodie. So we'll go by part. And the Woo hoodie red, yeah, I don't have any in stock. Perfect, because that's what we want to test. So I've got my order here. I'm just going to go ahead and mark it as paid, assuming that they paid via credit card. And I'm going to go ahead and create this order number. So the Shopify order numbers you can modify so that you can have any sort of letters or numbers appended to what the actual number of the order is in Shopify, or you can put something at the end of it. So all of my Shopify orders come in as SH-1027. Then inside of Locate, we have our Shopify integration. And in that integration, it defines all of the different things and how we're going to sync into Locate. One of those is I'm going to make sure that when these orders sync in, they go to my Shopify class in QuickBooks. And then we also have channels inside of Locate. So my online order here, of which we have aliases as well. So I can see that a Shopify draft order goes to my online channel. And I can make sure that that online channel, the class that it goes to in QuickBooks as well, will be Shopify. So either way, if it's coming through the service or it's coming through the channel, it gets picked up properly. If you're using Shopify POS, we can map that to a separate channel inside of QuickBooks when it posts over. So I'll just make that a web order, for instance. Okay. So back on our services, normally we would have this scheduled to sync. I've got mine scheduled to sync every 5 minutes. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and run a manual sync. And Locate will look into Shopify to take a look at all new orders and then sync back inventory available for sale based on the orders that I inputted or imported, allocating inventory against on hand. And then writing back that there's less available for sale now on Shopify. So normally you wouldn't look at this as it's doing it. I'm just kind of giving an overview of what that looks like. So if I go into my log, I'll see that it just pulled in this order from Shopify. And then it updated available inventory. So at our Arizona site, which is what we're going to be fulfilling from today, I now have 40 available left of my Woo cap. And of the Woo hoodie, we don't have any available in red at the Arizona site. So it's just writing that back that it's not available, even though we can allow back order on Shopify. And so that's what allows the order to come in to Shopify as well as right into Locate. So we have a setting inside of Locate as well in regards to how we deal with ShipStation. So with ShipStation, we have it set that we're going to do our picking inside of Locate, which means an order isn't going to show in ShipStation until we at least pick one of the items inside of Locate. Okay. So now if I go look at my sales orders in Locate and I go to my main dashboard, I could filter this on created at. and just sort that backwards, and I can see that this order came in from Shopify. The customer PO number field also gets populated with the Shopify number. And you can choose to use Locate's numbering scheme for all of your sales orders and leave Shopify in the customer PO field, or you can bring in the Shopify number as the sales order number. You just want to make sure if you're connecting to multiple Shopify stores that they don't overlap in their numbering scheme. And then inside of the order, we will see that we have the Woo Cap and the Woo Hoodie. And if I go ahead and I show my inventory, I will see that I have 2 of these in stock, but this one I do not have available for pick. And then if I look at my custom fields, I can see that it's set to yes, show in ShipStation, and then the class is set to Shopify when it flows over to QuickBooks. And if you use tags in Shopify, those would flow into the tags value, as well as whatever defined shipping description, if you have that predefined when they're placing the order, that would flow through. Before I go to the picking stage, I want to make sure that I have the carrier set up properly. So in this case, I should have had it set to come in as FedEx, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to say I want it to go FedEx ground. And then we have a feature for pass-through shipping. And what this simply means is, are we going to charge additional shipping on the order? That's typically used for wholesale orders. We would set that to yes, so that once we ship it in ShipStation or UPS or FedEx, that it writes back to Locate on the carton and then adds it to the end invoice. Okay, so after an order imports, then it's gonna show inside of Locate as issued. And what issuing does is it immediately allocates the inventory. So if I go to the front of this order and I click on my Woo Cap here, I can see that at my Arizona warehouse, I have 51 on hand, but only 40 are available for sale because I have a number of them allocated or in a bin that isn't available for sale or pickable. If I dive further into my inventory, I can see that I have a few already in the packing area, in the shipping area. So this means it was picked and it's been packed. This means it's been picked, packed, and it's waiting to be picked up from shipping. And then I have the remainder of my stock sitting in other pickable bin locations. I can take a look at the orders that it's been allocated to. So these are all issued sales orders in the system. This is the new one that just came in. And I can take a look at what orders they've been committed to. So these are orders where the pick has already occurred. And then I can also take a look at what purchase order they happen to be on if we've got new ones coming in. So inside of Locate, I can go to my operations and go to picking. And I will see all orders that are available to pick. Either fully available are going to show as green, or partially available are going to show as yellow. Okay. And then inside of Locate, if I'm picking off of the screen here, I could scroll to the right and create pick, or I can go into my mobile app and pick it, which is what I'm going to do. So over here on the left, I have my iPhone running. And so I'm logged into Locate. It is an app just like anything else that you download to your iPhone. It runs on iOS. And you can use the camera built into your iPhone or your iPod Touch, or you can buy a 1D barcode scanner case like you see that they use at the Apple Store or Target or Nordstrom's to put your iPhone or iPod Touch in. And then rather than using the camera, you use an infrared barcode scanner. So in Locate, I'm in my Arizona site, and I'm going to go click on picking here, and I'm going to go to new pick. So in my new pick screen, I can scroll through, and they're going to be sorted in order of what's fully fulfillable based on the date range of the order. And then partially fulfillable or not fulfillable are going to be at the bottom. And in the pick screen, I can see what shipping method it's going to go out as. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on this order. And I can see what it calls for. It calls for the Woo Cap and the Woo Hoodie. Well, I know I don't have the hoodie, so I'm just going to go ahead and scan the Woo Cap, and I'm going to use my camera on my barcode scanner. You can scan each one by one. And then as you do that, it'll remove them from the screen. And now the hoodie is what's remaining. And I know I don't have that, so I'm not going to scan it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish my pick. And so that's taken care of. So now inside of locate, if I were to go back to the sales order and I would look at the operations, I would see now that that pick is completed. The next step then is in ShipStation, when it runs its sync, it's going to go ahead and it's going to pick up that order and it's going to bring it into ShipStation. So I see that in ShipStation, we've got one new order that came in. I'm going to go ahead and reload my grid here. Now with ShipStation, what it's going to do when it brings in the orders, it's going to show both parts. Now I know we didn't ship the hoodie, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go ahead and enable the split shipment mode. Okay, we know that these two were picked and this one wasn't. That's highlighted. So I'm going to do my split shipment mode and I'm just going to move the hoodie to a new shipment. So it's the same order inside of ShipStation related to the order in locate. But we're going to put the hoodie on its own shipment because we're going to fulfill that later. And then our FedEx service and ground all came over. And here's where I would, weigh the package. So let's just say it's 5 inches size-wise all the way around. So it's a cube. And then we'll just say that the weight is 2 pounds. Okay. And then we could create and print our label here. And our shipping cost would be $17.06. In this case, I'm not going to print my label because I don't want to be charged by FedEx. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that this order is shipped. And I'm just going to manually say we shipped it via FedEx. And then this is our FedEx tracking number. All right. And so in ShipStation, you're just going to go to the next order. Okay. When you go into ShipStation, you can either queue your orders, scan them here, or we could set locate to automatically print the pick ticket or the sales order. So when we print the pick ticket, it'll print with a pick ticket barcode number on it. Okay. But your sales order, you could also print, and that'll have a barcode number on it as well. So the barcode related to the sales order number, if you were to scan this using your barcode scanner in ShipStation, then it would bring that order up in here and to find it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do an update on all stores, which will happen automatically. And now in the background in locate in a couple minutes, we're going to see what's called an auto work. And what an auto work is ShipStation is writing back to locate that the pick was completed. Well, we already did that. So it's going to go ahead and create a pack for the WooCap. It's going to create a pickup. And then it's going to automatically pick that up, which is when FedEx comes at the end of the day. You would normally do a pickup in the system of all shipments that left. In this case, we have it set for ShipStation just to automatically write back the pickup so that once you create the label, it immediately queues it to Shopify to post back to Shopify that the order has originated the label and is ready to go out, and notifies the customer that it's going to go out that day. And then Shopify will email the customer their order tracking information. So if I go ahead and refresh my screen here, hopefully we'll see some of that back-end work happening. So here's the pack. Here's the pickup. It's been completed. And now if we go back into our Shopify sync, and again, this will run every 5 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and run the sync. It'll pick up that there is a pickup that occurred right there. And if we go look at the log, and this is not something you're going to do on every order, you will see any new orders that imported, and then the pickup for that order for order SH-1027. And now if I go back into my Shopify and we refresh the order here, we'll see that it's been partially fulfilled. So the unfulfilled is the red hoodie, that's remaining open. And then the fulfilled is this order with the -F1, that's the fulfillment one, with the tracking number on it. Okay. and then a log of locate triggering Shopify to send an email to me that my shipment went out. So if I log into my email, I will see the normal Shopify email with tracking number on it and such, right? So if we go back and look at locate now and go back to our sales order, we're gonna see that the Woo cap has been fulfilled, and that this is in a ready to pick status for the Woo hoodie, even though we don't have it on hand, okay? And if I go look at my Woo hoodie stock and go into my inventory, I'll see that it's allocated to this sale, and it's not on order. And then if I go to my stock module and I go to my inventory, I'm gonna see all of my over allocated parts. And then I can filter on that and I'll see that the Woo hoodie red here is, we need to order one of these. On a different demo, I can show how we utilize the either dropship functionality to order it from another vendor or purchase order functionality to purchase what is short. So just as a recap on this video, we were showing Shopify, how multiple line items can be ordered, how that order flows into locate with those line items on it, how we can pick just the parts that we have in stock, and after picking, it'll go into ShipStation. And then inside of ShipStation, we would do what's called a split shipment to split the items onto multiple shipments against the same order. All right. So now I'm going to mimic just completing this shipment. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to place an order on the Woo hoodie. So I'll go do that real quick. I'm going to go create a purchase order. I'm going to go put in my default vendor. And I'm going to put in the Woo hoodie red. Okay, and we'll just say we're ordering 3 of those at a cost of $5, let's say. We're going to go ahead and and issue the order. And so now that's going to show inside of my receiving module. So if I fire up my iPhone again here, give me one moment to share that screen. I'll see it in the receiving module inside of locate, okay? So here's that order right there. And then also on my mobile app. So if I go back home here and I go to receiving and I click on my inbound, I'm going to see all of those orders in there. I'm going to click on this order and I see I've got the Woo hoodie red coming in. If I had my barcode printed out for that, I could just scan the barcode. Now that's not going to find it because that's not the actual barcode. So in this case, I'm going to just click on the part and I can put in the quantity I'm receiving or accept the default being 4. And I'm just going to go ahead and receive that. And then I'm going to finish my receipt. Okay. So back on the screen now, if I were to refresh this, that receipt's going to be removed from the inbound inventory. Okay. And if I go back to my purchase order tab here and just sort on today, the purchase order is still open, but it's going to show as received. Okay. And then if I go into my receipt, we'll see that we received those 4. And if I click on my part number and I go to my inventory, I'll see that we got 4 in and it's sitting in our receiving location. Normally after receiving, you would then go and reconcile your purchase order. And that's the act of entering in the billing information to push it over to QuickBooks Online. So I'm going to go ahead and reconcile this PO. I'm going to edit the reconcile and put in the bill number here. And if I had terms on there with the vendor, that would automatically show up. So I'm just going to push that out to 310 and save that. And then if I was going to add shipping, here's where I can land my cost. And what landing cost is, it's just going to add the cost of the shipping onto the cost of the product. So here I've got 4 of them at $5 a piece. So I'm going to say our shipping cost was $4 and that it's on the bill. So I'm going to add that to the bill. And when I finish this, the reconcile is going to create a landed cost column and increase the value of the product from $5 plus $1 per unit for landed cost. So my total cost per unit is $6 now. And then the bill value is 24. Now that I've reconciled that purchase order, that purchase order is now complete. And if I go to my put away, which I can also do on the mobile app here, so I'll go back home and I'll go to put away, and now it'll be listed in my put away list. Okay, these are all the things that I need to go put into stock. I can also do that on screen, and it'll show all the items waiting to be put away in the warehouse setup we're in. So here's the Woo hoodie there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it on the mobile app here on the left. Okay, and it's going to give me the option of moving the inventory. Well, where do you want to move it to? Also, you'll see on the screen here that I can see that one of these is allocated to the order that I had it on, and therefore there's a put away demand for it. And so with put away demand, you just don't want to put it back into your normal stock. You maybe want to put it over into a back order location that's over by a shipping table so that you can fulfill your back orders. In this case, I'm just going to click on move inventory, and I'm going to choose what location to move it into. If I had a predefined location, it would already be pre-selected. So in this case, I'm just going to choose to put it into bin 2. And I'm going to put the quantity there that I'm going to move all 4 of them. Okay. And now I'm going to click move, and now it's out of the put away queue. And I can check that also on my iPhone if I go back to the home and I go into my parts screen, and I can scan that part or type it in. So it's going to find the Woo hoodie, and I'm going to go to Woo hoodie red, and I'm going to see now that I have 4 on hand, 3 available for sale, and 1's already on an existing order. And then I can expand that, and I can see that the 4 of those are in bin 2. All right. So now that those have been moved to stock, on my mobile app here, I don't even have to look at it in the system. I could go back to picking, and I could do a new pick. And we're going to see that that order is back in here for SH1027. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to tell me I need to go get one of the Woo hoodie. Again, I could use my scanner if I had the barcode for it. This is going to beep out that it's not that part. So I'm just going to click on it and commit that I grabbed it from bin 2, which is where we put it in. And now that pick is finished. Okay. So back in ShipStation, I don't need to resync it. Okay. It's been picked and locate. So now we'll just go into ShipStation and complete fulfilling this order. So now I'm going to check that. I'm just going to mark it as shipped again, say that it went out FedEx again, put in a different tracking number, and mark that as shipped. Okay. And then we'll let that right back to locate. And then these are the remaining items in your ShipStation queue. So if we go back into locate and we go back to our sales order, which I can get to from a number of different ways. I could go to sales and sales orders and find it there. I could click on the Woo hoodie. I could go into my order history, and I would see it under sales orders there. Okay. I now see that this order has been completed. If I happen to look at the operations tab of the order, I'll see that the pick that I completed on my iPhone is there. ShipStation wrote back a pack and a pickup. And now again, at the next sync with Shopify, if I go take a look at that, run a sync there, we'll see that it's syncing that order back up to Shopify, and then Shopify will send out another fulfillment related to that order. So now if I go into my Shopify and I refresh this order again, we're going to see that it's got 2 fulfillments on it. Okay, so here's fulfillment 2. It's got its own tracking. So this order is completed if I look at my order list. Okay. And then if I go look at my products and I go look at my inventory, and I have it filtered on the AZ warehouse, which is what we're in right now, I can go look at my Woo hoodie red, and we'll see that there are now 3 available on that one in the Arizona warehouse. Okay. Actually 4 available because the sync back hasn't happened yet on that component from the fulfillment. So the next time it syncs back, it'll say that there are only 3. All right, so that's the recap of our multiple line item order in Shopify. syncing into locate, doing split fulfillment in locate, importing that into ShipStation, splitting the shipment on the order into ShipStation, writing back the split shipments to locate as they're fulfilled, and locate writing it back to Shopify. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have further questions on locate. You can go to the implementinventory.com website. And on our website, you can go ahead and get on our chat or go to our contact us. We also have documentation in relation to locate, so you could click on their support docs here, and that'll load up anything related to locate, their recent releases, and then you can obviously search the documentation on how to do something in locate if you don't know how to do it already. You can also email locate@implementinv.com, and we will answer your questions that way as well. Thank you for your time today.